Good day po sa ating lahat. Bali, ang tatalakayin po natin ngayon is yung Suzuki Owner's Manual Rider 150. Magsimula muna po tayo ngayon sa serial number location. Ang frame number po ay matatagpuan po sa right steering head tube. Ang engine number naman po ay matatagpuan, naka-stamp po siya sa left crankcase. Naka-stamp po siya sa left crankcase. Punta naman po tayo sa location parts. Ang location parts po naman is meron po tayong item 1 is left handlebar switch. Item 2 is the speedometer. Bali yung speedometer naman po ay siya yung sumusukat ng bilis o yung speed ng motor. Bali ang unit po ng speed is nakakabit po sa motor is kilometer per hour. Front brake fluid reservoir, right handlebar switch, front brake lever, throttle grip, brake fluid level check, ignition switch, shock lever, clutch lever, front brake disc, gear shift lever, seat lag, kickstarter lever, and the rear brake pedal and the rear brake disc. Dito naman po tayo sa control and display ignition switch. Ito naman po yung mga sa switch. Dito naman po tayo sa instrument panel. Sa instrument panel po, ang nalalaman po nito is andun po yung speedometer. Yung speedometer indicates the road speed in kilometers per hour. Ang odometer, the odometer registers the total distance that motorcycle has been ridden. Yun po yung odometer. Then yung tachometer naman po, yung indicates the engine speed in revolution per minute, RPM, and unit of speed. Bali yung tachometer po, siya po yung nagsusukat ng speed ng piston. Bali po yung piston is yung up and down, di ba? It's reciprocating. Pero yung tachometer po, yun yung revolution per minute po ng yung piston po nakakabit sa connecting rod to crankshaft. Then pag nag-exit po tayo ng sa engine speed, nakalagay po dito is riding maximum permissible engine speed exceeded danger to engine. Fuel meter, nandito napapalog din po yung fuel meter, neutral gear position indicator light, turn signal indicator light, high beam indicator light, and top gear position indicator light. Dito naman po tayo sa left handlebar switch. Nalaman po naman ito is yung lighting switch, dimmer switch. Yung item 1 is lighting switch, item 2 is the dimmer switch, item 3 is the turn signal switch, 4 horn button, 5 carburetor choke lever, and 6 is the clutch lever. Right handlebar switch, lipat naman tayo sa seat. Meron din po tayong helmet holder, fuel tank cap, tools, engine oil. Nasa side po dito is ang engine oil po daw is the long engine life depends much on the selection of quality of oil and the periodic changing of the oil. Daily use level checks and periodic changes are two of the most important maintenance to be performed. Ang pagsukat po ng engine oil level check, ito po yung procedure. Start the engine and run it for a few minutes. Then stop the engine and wait in 1 minute and hold the motorcycle vertically. Inspect the engine oil level. Through the engine oil level inspect window. The engine oil must be middle line. Bali po yung pagsusukat po natin ng engine oil level check. Start po muna natin, then pagkatapos maghintay po tayo ng 1 minute, then center stand po natin. Dapat po yung engine oil level natin ay mag-show na nasa middle line. Yun po ang tamang pag-check ng oil ng Rider 150. Bali po yung Genesis ka din second gen. Ito po ay sa Rider 150 second generation po yung aking po dinidiscuss. Dito naman po tayo sa engine oil Suzuki Super 40. Bali dito po yung chart pong ito ay yung, for example, itong 10W40 and 10W50. Yung ranges po ng temperature niya ay nagre-ranges siya ng -20 up to 40 degrees Celsius. Yun po yung napasok yung 10W40 at saka 10W50. Pag naman po 10W30 hanggang 30 degrees lang po siya. Pag 10W40 hanggang 10W50, nag-ranges po siya ng -20 to 40 degrees Celsius yung ambient temperature po. Babasahin ko po. Be sure that the engine oil you see comes under API classification of SF or SG, and that its viscosity rating is SAE 10W40. If on SAE or SAE 10W40 engine oil is not available, select an alternative according to the following chart. The oil should be changed when the engine is hot. Fuse, pag po yung fuse natin, yung fuse change, masahin ko lang po ito. The fuse, yung cutoff resistor, there are short regular electrical system. Fuse box is installed under the seat. Matatagpuan po siya under the seat. Fuse change, turn the ignition switch to off the position with the fuse out of the box. Inspection before riding. Before riding the motorcycle, be sure to check the following items along the easy steps. This is not complicated and takes only a few times. Bali, i-check po muna natin bago po tayo mag-alis or mag-ride. Unahin po na po natin itong steering should be smooth and has no restriction of movement or looseness. Bali po yung steering natin, kailangan po nating check dahil baka po yung bearing natin, kasi po yan ay may bearing. Kailangan po nating i-check yan at palitan kung medyo looseness na po, loose. The electrical equipment such as horn, headlight, tail light, and signal light should be checked. Kailangan po i-check natin yung electrical natin. Throttle should be smooth in various direction. Check the leak of the front brake fluid and the crank of the brake hose. Check po natin yung mga brake natin, lahat ng brake system natin. Yung gulong po natin, front wheel and rear should be checked. The wheel have correct pressure, adequate tread depth, have no cracks or cuts. Test the brake working system and adjust the free brake radius to 5 to 15 mm po. Yung slack niya. Check the free gear radius at 5 mm. If not, adjust the bolt adjuster. Check the engine oil level. With the oil level window must be middle line. Drive chain should be correct tension or slack of about 15-25 and should have adequate lubrication. Yung drive chain po natin, and the fuel should be enough for 4.9 liters. Starting the engine. Ito po yung procedure pagka sa umaga po, medyo Minsan po, mahirap po siya mag-start. Na-experience ko po ito sa naging ride sa Rider 150 ko po. Turn the ignition key on the on position. Be sure the transmission is in neutral position. Turn the carburetor shock lever all the way to the left. No need to open the throttle grip. Depress the kickstarter lever carefully. Immediately after the engine start, turn the shock lever halfway back. Let the engine run until the engine warm up. When the engine is ready, turn the shock lever back to its disengaged position. Do not open the throttle while starting with choke, for it will open the throttle valve at the carburetor and the choke system will not work. When open, the throttle is 1/8 to 1/4 depressed, the kickstarter lever or for sharply operation of the choke system is usually necessary when the engine is warm. Bali, sa experience ko po sa pagpapa-start po ng Rider 150, bali sa umaga po, halimbawa papasok po sa trabaho, kinikickstart ko muna siya nang hindi ko siya sinususian. Bali, i-center stand mo siya, tapos i-kick mo siya ng mga 5 beses nang hindi mo siya sinususian. Pagkatapos, yung pagtadyak mo siya, pag-kick mo sa kanya ng 5 beses, tag dito sa buong engine. Then, pagkasusi mo siya, saka mo siya i-start. Then, tawag dito, gamitan mo siya ng choke. Pagkatapos yung choke, i-start mo siya nang hindi mo ipinipress yung tawag dito yung throttle. Naka-choke lang siya. Tapos, saka mo siya i-kick. Yun. Pagkatapos yun, uminit, ibalik mo na yung choke, tapos saka mag-throttle. Yun, subukan nyo lang yun sa mga sir. Riding. When the engine is warm and ready, check all the equipment. Be sure the side stand and return to its full position, not hanging, making a left turn. Ito po yung mga procedure pag nag-drive. Proper way of riding. Kailangan po yung hands, knees, shoulder, elbows, and hips, and feet. Speed and sight, clarity and speed, safe brake. Dito po mahalaga po ito yung safe brake. Avoid sudden brake. Persistent brake is better than one definite brake because the following cars will be able to see brake light easily. The motorcycle should be straight position while braking. There are 3 ways to brake: front brake lever for front brake and rear brake pedal for rear brake. Use the engine brake by hanging lower gear, front brake lever, and a rear brake pedal. Sa experience ko po dito sa pag-brake, pag po nag-brake ako, bali una at saka huli. Kasi na-experience ko po dati, yung mabilis po yung takbo ko, tapos nag-brake po ako sa likod or sa rear brake. Bigla pong sumayaw yung minsan po nasayaw yung hulihan. Mas maigi pong pagka po yung emergency, meron kayong kailangan nyo mag full stop or emergency, ipagsabay nyo po yung una at huli para hindi po siya magkaroon hindi po siya tag dito. Sa experience ko po, hindi po siya magsayaw yung huli. Good braking. Dito naman po sa manual sinasabi, ang good braking for the use of front brake, the rider should be lightly depressed first. Totoo po yun. Do not depress too tight for you may lose balance. It requires less concentration for the use of rear brake. It follows the same instruction as front brake, but it's the best use the engine brake first, then the rear brake while riding on a speedy road. Yung pag-engine brake naman po, yung magda-downshift ka po ng dahan-dahan pag po road is slippery. Yung slippery road. First period of a new motorcycle use, pag po ito bagong bili, 0 to 500, less than 100 throttle, 500 to 1,600, less than 3/4 throttle, more than 1,600 km upon reaching the odometer, reaching 600, you can subject the motorist to full throttle operation for short period of times. Totoo po ito kasi po yung piston at saka yung pong block is bago pa. Hindi po kailangan dahan-dahan lang po natin siyang ito-throttle kasi para hindi siya magasgas or anything na kasi bago pa siya masikip. Kailangan medyo dahan-dahan lang po yung pag-throttle natin kasi reciprocating po yung piston tapos reciprocating po siya sa block. Kailangan na po siya hinay-hinay lang po para Ito po yung mga lubrication point. Kailangan po natin ng grease, oil, at saka grease. Yan po, naka-mention naman po dito kung para sa iba yung oil, yung sa mga chain, diba po sa chain, ang grease naman po sa mga bearing. Yan po. Kailangan din po nating linisin ang ating air cleaner or replace na. Ma-inspection nyo naman po ito pagka-inspection ninyo, pagka tumakbo kayo ng 3,000, 2,000, or 4,000, inspection ninyo na po agad para yung air cleaner or papalitan or kung kaya pang linis. Pero dito po sa as per manual, air cleaner element every 4,000 according to the following procedure. Every 4,000. Bali, linisin po daw every 4,000. Air cleaner element. Cleaning element as follows. Carefully use air hose to blow the dust. The form air cleaner element for steel side. Install the air cleaner element to the place. Ang experience ko po dito sa pag-air cleaner, kailangan po pahigop po dapat yung yung ng hangin sa air compressor. Dapat po pa-vacuum, hindi po pa-push kasi pupunta po doon yung dumi pagka ipinush sa elements. Sa filter element po. Check po din natin yung battery natin. Dito naman po sa battery, kailangan meron din po kayong yung pag-test, yung mga tester ng inyong bumili po kayo ng ng tester ng battery. Yan, may recommend ako po sa inyo yan para malaman nyo din po yung volts tsaka yung voltahe po ng inyong battery. Although makikita naman po yun sa motor, yung ibang motor, pero dito po sa Rider 150, sinicheck ko po siya ng tester. The battery voltage must be checked. Measure the voltage between positive and terminal of battery. If the voltage check is below 12.4, the battery need to recharge. Yung spark plug po natin, kailangan din po natin linisin at check natin yung gap po niya. The initial 1,000 km every 4,000. After remove the carbon deposits from the spark plug with a small wire brush or a spark plug cleaning machine, adjust the spark plug gap to 0.7 to 0.8 mm by using a spark plug gap thickness gauge. The spark plug should be replaced every 8,000 km. Bumili po kayo may recommend ako po bumili po kayo ng feeler gauge or feeler gauge burner caliper para po masukat yung gap. Kailangan din po natin palitan ng engine oil at pag nagpalit po kayo ng engine oil, papalitan din po ng oil filter. Sabay po sila. Kailangan palitan po. Tapos yung o-ring, kailangan checkin din po natin yung o-ring kasi nasisira po yung o-ring. Replaceable po yan. Check po din natin yung carburetor, engine idle speed adjustment. Ang carburetor, nililinis din po siya, ang carburetor. Mas maigi pong ipacheck nyo pagka ang carburetor nyo ay palinis nyo po pagka medyo namamalya na. Throttle cable adjustment, ina-adjust din po yung throttle cable adjustment. Yung clutch lever adjustment, ina-adjust din po. Wait lang po. Bali itong sa adjustment ng throttle cable, ang nasasaad po dito sa manual is 2 to 4 mm yung gap. Dito naman po sa nakalimutan ko dito sa engine idle speed adjustment, 1,400 plus or minus 100 RPM. Yun po yung kanyang idle speed. Minor po. Clutch lever adjustment. Kailangan din po natin i-adjust yung clutch. 10 to 15 mm. Check din po natin yung front brake disc, front brake lining wear, rear brake disc. Kailangan po check natin yung rear brake lining wear. Kailangan din po natin i-check. Dito naman po, kailangan malinis din po yung rear brake natin tsaka yung front brake natin. Kailangan po linisin yan kasi nawe-wear din po siya. Sa experience ko po, yung piston ko po dito, kasi may piston po yan, nililinis po. Ito naman po yung drive chain cleaning and lubricating na nilalagay po sa sprocket po ay engine oil. Hindi po basta engine oil po yung nilalagay ko. Ang slack po kailangan po 15 to 25 mm. Pag nakita nyo pong matutulis na yung kadena, palitan po. Pag nagpalit po ng sprocket, palit na po lahat. Yung driver at saka driven. Sa tires naman po, ang front tires, kailangan po ang pressure niya is pagka solo riding 32 PSI, sa rear naman is 36 PSI. Sa gulong naman po, checkin nyo po, nasasaad po sa manual, operating the motorcycle with excessively worn tires will decrease the riding stability, can lead loss control. It's recommended that a tire be replaced when remaining depth the tire tread becomes 1.6 mm or less. Dito naman po tayo sa specification ng Rider 150. Carb type po ito. Overall length 1.9, overall width 652, overall height 764, wheelbase 1280, the ground clearance 140, dry mass 95 kg. Dry mass po niya 95 kg. Bali po yung dry mass na 95 kg is yung motor lang, dry po siya, wala po siyang oil, walang tao, basta motor lang. Engine naman po is 4-stroke, double overhead cam. 4-stroke po siya, double overhead cam. Cooling system, air cooling. Number of cylinder 1, bore po natin is 62 mm. Stroke 48.8 mm. Piston displacement 147.3 cc. And corrected compression ratio 10.2:1. Carburetor Mikuni. The air cleaner is filter element, starter system, kickstarter, and the starter system Kickstarter. Bulk clearance 0.1 to 0.2 mm. Exhaust 0.2 to 0.3. Lubrication system, wet sump. Transmission, wet multiple type. Transmission, 6-speed constant smash. Gear shift pattern, 1 down and 5 up. Primary reduction, 3.5, final reduction, 3.0, gear ratio first, 2.750, second, 1.785, third, 1368, drive chain D2, DID 428, HQ, 122 links, chassis, front suspension, telescopic oil damp, rear suspension, swing arm, coil spring and oil dam, steering angle 45 degrees, right and left, caster 25, trail 69, front brake, rear brake, disc brake, front tires 70 over 90, 17, rear tires 80, 90, 17. Electrical system, ignition system, Suzuki DC CDI, digital spark plug, NGK, battery 12 volt 2.5 amperes, generator AC magneto, fuse 10 amperes, headlight 12 volts, trail brake light 12 volts, turn signal light 12 volts, neutral, speedometer, turn signal, capacity fuel tank with receiver 1.9 liters, engine oil 1000 ml, with fuel 1100 ml, and